Ill-Equipped History, where two best friends tell you a story or historical thing. And I am here with Morgan.
Hello. We're dancing.
I know, we're doing a little shimmy. We hope you had a wonderful new year. This is January the 4th already. How?
Oh my gosh. 2024. Okay. It never stops. What's the line in All-Star? Well, the years stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop.
Yeah, they don't stop. Didn't make sense. Don't live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see. Oh my God. Well, if y'all can't tell, it was $1 margarita night at the Mexican restaurant tonight, so I might be 3 margs in. And so if it's a little unhinged, it's the margarita's fault. It's my husband's fault.
Yes. I have just had tea, so I'm pretty straight-laced.
Someone's got to keep us sane here. So it ain't me. I'm child-free tonight, so apparently that means I'm drinking. So how are you?
I'm good. I am embracing the new year.
Yes. Any resolutions, madame?
I actually do, and these are goals I've had for a while, so they're not specific New Year's resolutions, but I'm hoping the new year can get me motivated just to, live healthier, be healthier, work on, provide a lot of self-care to myself, whatever that looks like, whether it's like focusing on my mental health, my physical health, all that.
That's wonderful. Mine's pretty much the same, where it's like, I would like to lose a few pounds here and there, but in a healthy, sustainable, I'm more about strength, because my son is like nearly 60 pounds as a 6-year-old, and he still falls asleep in the car, and I have to carry him up the stairs. So, like, it's more of a strength kind of, vibe going on, and mental health, and organization of the house. Because when we moved into this house, I immediately got pregnant, because that's exactly what you should do. And we didn't really get to set up a good foundation. So over the past, 7 years now, I've been like slowly, like room by room, doing the house how we want it, but life gets in the way. So organization would be wonderful.
Well, I'm sending you my vibes. I'm gonna manifest that for you.
Because as I clean, those little previous tenants of mine, that's what I call them, because I had 2 C-sections, so they're not quite crotch goblins, but they're previous tenants, because they were evicted. They unclean as I clean, so I need your vibes, your good thoughts. Anyway, you want to get into today's episode?
Let's do this.
Okay. It's 5 a.m. in a gym. 2 best friends are trying their best to wake up and get ready to work out when the instructor comes in the room.
Good morning, class! Why is she so damn chipper? It's 5 a.m.
I have no idea. I'm still trying to wake up.
All right, my wonderful people. Let's get our bodies moving with our warm up.
Ugh, I haven't even finished my coffee yet. I'm not ready.
Wait, are you drinking coffee in the gym?
Yeah. If I'm up at 5 a.m., I'm drinking coffee.
But it's hot coffee in a gym.
So?
Come on, ladies. That fat isn't going to burn itself. Why do we do this again?
I have no idea.
I like how it just says Gmail at the end.
Also, it's not going to turn itself. I was sober typing that. I just want you to know.
Hey, you know what? I got you. I knew it said it meant burn. Also,
Thank you.
I feel like we have had this conversation before.
Probably because I took inspiration from myself because I drink hot coffee in the gym.
And I am very perplexed at this.
Yes. Listen, okay, listeners, I just want it to be clear that I got inspiration for this topic today because seriously, at like 5:30 in the morning, I am doing a class workout with, yes, my hot coffee, and I was really contemplating why the fuck am I here doing this at 5:30 in the morning? And then I was like, you know what? I do have a whole platform as to figure out why I'm doing this. So here we are. Also, it's the first week of January, so I thought it would be appropriate to do it now because a lot of people have their, mindset on weight loss and being more healthy. And so it felt right. The universe said, do the history of working out. So I'm doing it.
All right.
But, little introduction. I know there's a lot of people out there who are on a weight loss journey and they, want to do better for themselves. But I just want to remind everybody that everyone's weight loss journey is their own and that they should do it for the betterment of themselves, not for other people, not what other people think of them. And you should love yourself through every chapter, pun intended, through thick and thin. Every, part of you is loved and wonderful, and you should love yourself regardless of your weight. I've struggled with that after having 2 kids via C-section. So I now don't really care. I just want to be healthier. So
yeah,
you do that. Do that.
Yeah, I'm in a similar boat. I have not had children, but the pandemic definitely packed on the pounds, and I've definitely had my own journey of like self-love, self-acceptance.
Yeah.
And learning to love my body how it is, but also wanting it to be healthy, but understanding that health looks different at a bunch of different, sizes and weights. And, I go to the doctor every year and my doctor's like, you're healthy, your blood work comes out normal. If you want to lose weight, that is something that you can do. And also, not everyone wants to lose weight. Some people want to gain weight. And that is what is healthy for them. So
wonderful. Whatever your body needs, whatever is going to make you feel better. We wish you the best of journeys and love yourself regardless of what stage you're in, because that's what you're in. And you deserve to be loved regardless of whatever shape, size, athletic ability you are. And one little tidbit, which is random, but my husband likes to do a lot of like working on vehicles and stuff. And this sounds so stupid, but part of me actually loves myself more because I am stronger of a woman. I can actually help him move car parts. And I'm like, damn, I'm actually pretty helpful. It doesn't mean I'm thin, but I am strong, damn it. So whatever works.
And for some people, that's what they want. Like, they don't really care about, what size pant they are. They care about strength.
Exactly. So. And can I help move an entire engine? Yes, I absolutely can. So there it is. You know what?
Like, I may be thick myself, but I can manipulate and lift a grown-ass man with nothing but my limbs, because I do jiu-jitsu, and that has made me extremely strong. And I can do a lot of things no one else can. And it's a really good workout. I highly recommend jiu-jitsu.
Listen, I'm slightly terrified of you. If I ever actually pissed you off, you could kick my ass so easily. I am just a strong pillow. I know no moves. I might be comfortable to lay on, and I might be able to pick up a lot of things, but can I actually do anything with any of that? No. No, I cannot. So go you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's bring it on back to ancient times. So apparently Confucius invented gymnastics. I honestly didn't find a whole lot about that.
Okay.
But he did.
Cool.
He did.
Cool.
So breathing exercises regarded as medical gymnastics were practiced in China as early as 2600 BCE.
Damn.
I could use some of those now. Breathing exercises. So during the era of the Yellow Emperor, which was 10,050 to 256, which can we appreciate in the moment that is a long ass period of time? 1050 to 256 BCE. That's like,
yeah, that's
800
like
some odd years. Yeah.
Oh, 800. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was doing reverse math in my head and it wasn't working.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Math is hard. So these exercises were used for subjects experiencing chills, fevers, and complete paralysis. So these people were just like paralyzed and just doing breathing exercises. I don't know if they helped or not.
Just breathe about it.
Have you ever thought about doing some deep breathing exercises? I can't move my arms. I feel like there's something else.
I feel like that's all I can do at this time.
True.
Sorry. That may have been really mean, and I apologize.
We're here to laugh through with things. Okay, so in the East Han Dynasty, which was 25 BCE to 250 CE, a Chinese physician and surgeon named, and again I'm apologizing in advance, Hua Tao, prescribed exercise for patients and followers because of its yang effect. So we're talking yin and yang, with yang being identified with life and health, yin being identified with disease and death. So, quote, the body needs exercise, only it must not be to the point of exhaustion, for exercise expels the bad air in the system, promotes free circulation of the blood, and prevents sickness. So, Hua Tao advocated activities that simulated the actions of deer, tigers, bears, cranes, and monkeys that not only supported his previous statements, but also strengthened the legs, provided a sense of lightness, enhanced appetite, delayed aging, removed disease, and promoted health. So it's really interesting to think that, like, I'm thinking of exercises that I do at the gym now. They're like the bear crawls and stuff. That still applies. It's weird.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's crazy that in the BCE times that this Chinese physician knew about the health benefits of exercise. I mean, all of that still applies today. Like, it can help with sickness. It can help with longevity. It can help with strength and, all of that stuff. Yeah. So that's really awesome.
It is super awesome. And so moving on a little bit, the ancient Greeks had gymnasiums as old as 800 BCE, and they trained naked. So you got a show too, apparently. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking of like naked jujitsu, and I don't think I want to see it. You already talked too much about sweaty bodies on you, and I don't want it.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Ugh. That would be awful.
So bad. Honestly, so bad. Please
no.
Please no. Because
I would...
for like every 100, let's just say we're talking just from a straight woman's perspective, 100 men out there, you might find 1 or 2 of them attractive. Maybe. And the rest of them are just... You just don't want to see it.
No. Honestly, like, I'm not very comfortable with nudity anyway. And
yeah.
just the thought of like seeing a bunch of sweaty people work out naked in a gym is not very pleasant. They could be like models. They could be
true.
Extremely attractive, have amazing bodies, and I'm still like, no.
I'm just thinking like ball sweat on workout equipment is
ball sweat, vag sweat, like none of that is good. None of that is pleasant to think about.
Oh, y'all, I wish you could have seen her face when I said that. Oh, God. Okay, so from about 800 to 600 BCE is when the Spartans were kicking it. And,
literally kicking it.
Literally. They were kicking everything. So, side note, what's really cool about the Spartans is that women were, like, very highly regarded. They had a lot of freedoms. In that time, they were probably one of the most free women of the time. But they, which is so sad, they practiced eugenics. So only the men that were strong enough to become warriors and the women who were strong enough to produce warriors were allowed to live. Not even just like, they would just kill them. Like not even exile, just kill. And they started training them at the age of 7. So these kids were starting to do extreme workouts from the age of 7 years old. And only those who died in childbirth or in battle had the honor of their graves marked. So if you died of anything else, you were
like
just...
old age.
Yeah. So if you were seen to be unfit, you were killed. And a lot of people were saying that they were addicted to working out. I mean, because they had to be prepared for any, threat out there.
Yeah. And I'm sure they were like, no, I'm capable, so I'm going to work out as much as I can so I don't get executed for not seeming that way.
Yeah, it was literally work out or die. And heaven forbid, like, I don't know, you broke a leg or something. I don't know. I don't even know what happened to the women who just couldn't conceive children. I don't even want to think about that. Because that just sounds horrible. So... Susruta of India was the first recorded physician to prescribe a moderate daily exercise in 600 BCE. So he was the first recorded physician to prescribe this to his patients for daily use, and it was, quote, it should be taken every day, but taken, quote, only to half extent of his capacity. Otherwise, it may prove fatal. So I think it's really interesting that this is already like the second time we've seen that, like they don't want you to overdo yourself, basically. So before prescribing exercise, it was essential for him to consider the age, strength, physique, exercise terrain, and diet of the patient. So we're looking at who the patient is and looking specifically at what they can do and what they should be doing. So,
which that's still like applied today. Like,
yeah,
it's recommended before you start a workout routine, like talk to your doctor so they can can discuss like your diet and your current activity level and your strength and like any underlying like heart conditions or any other conditions that can affect it.
Is that crazy that it really hasn't changed that much?
that's really crazy.
And so
from so long ago.
600 BCE. Sushruta advocated exercise because it made the body stout, strong, firm, compact, and light, enhanced the growth of limbs and muscles, improved digestion and complexion, prevented laziness, which they think is more like inactivity, and reduced senility while being, quote, absolutely conducive to a better preservation of life. Again, we're looking at the same thing we're looking at today. And he believed that diseases fly from the presence of a person habituated to regular physical exercise. So basically, if you exercised often, the diseases would leave your body quickly.
I mean,
we're talking 600 BCE. So, I mean, he wasn't too far off.
They didn't know germs existed.
Right. He was concerned that individuals who consumed too much food, slept too long, and remained
sedentary.
Yes. And remained inactive while pampering their belly would become corpulent. A condition that he associated with a variety of diseases. I'm going to have a lot to edit because I am stuttering. So, as noted before, he thought that excessive exercise meant strenuous or heavy physical activity would cause multiple diseases and potentially lead to death. He was very concerned about you overdoing it.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, you absolutely can.
You should.
And it can really harm you if you overdo it.
Absolutely. So, Pythagoras. And yes, we are talking about Pythagorean theorem.
Pythagoras.
Yeah. Because why learn about taxes when you're in high school? You've got to know the Pythagorean theorem. So, he was a former athlete, and he was the first individual or medical philosopher from ancient Greece to advocate daily exercise for health reasons. So, besides being mathematician and astronomer, he established a school in Croton, Italy. If I said that wrong, so sorry, Italy. To teach science and philosophy in accord with the mystical religious teachings of Orpheus. And his school was described as a, quote, philosophical medical center that served as a location for a religious cult in which he advised his followers to adhere to a regimen of diet, exercise, music, and meditation. Which doesn't sound horrible, honestly. Diet, exercise, music, and meditation. Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. There is an episode of Morbid I was listening to, and there was this cult that stemmed from, like, very similar ideals of, like, health. And, like, the founder of the cult had, like, a health restaurant. This is, like, in the 70s. Yeah. Apparently he knew, like, John Bragg or whatever, and it's the same Bragg that has, like, the brands of, like,
the candies?
Apple cider vinegar. No, not the candies, like apple cider vinegar and nutritional yeast, like that. I think it's Bragg. And he, like, knew that guy and, like, eventually developed his own cult, but then it got, like, really, like, actual culty, and, like, he had, like, a bunch of wives, and a lot of them were, like, underage women, and he ended up throwing himself off a cliff, and it was a lot. Anyway.
Cults fascinate me, honestly. I don't know why, but it's like, I love watching cult documentaries.
I do too. They make me sick, like, with how awful they are, but I love watching them.
It's like, how did you
It's like,
fall for that? It's like, these people don't even know they're in a cult until they're out of the cult, and they're like, shit, I was in a cult.
Yeah. It's absolutely insane.
Yes. So to restore harmony and to achieve a healthy state, a daily regimen was required, which included long walks, running, wrestling, discus throwing, and boxing. Got to throw your discus every day.
So more of those, like the strength training exercises.
Yes, basically still what we're doing today. So Herodicus in 500 BCE was a former teacher of Hippocrates and was a physician who practiced dietetic medicine, who later became recognized for his emphasis on the therapeutic effects of exercise. And during the time, everyone was kind of like, you kind of don't know what you're talking about. You're a little bit of a joke. But recently, he's been designated as the, quote, father of sports medicine. So a lot of his stuff it's hitting now. And Hippocrates said that, quote, please tell me what you think of this quote. Okay. Quote, eating alone will not keep a man well. He must also take exercise. Seems normal, right?
Yeah. Eating
alone. I read it as eating in solitude. Eating alone will keep a man well. And I was like, can he find friends? Like, eating alone isn't that bad.
Oh my gosh.
I eat lunch alone every day. And then I put, I'm a dumbass. Yeah.
I love you.
It's fine.
You're so pretty.
Thanks. I was sober when I read that, so I don't know if that makes it worse. That was pre-margaritas. But Hippocrates was the first recorded physician to provide a written exercise prescription for a patient suffering from consumption.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that fun? Galen, and this was between 129 and 210 CE. He was from Rome. He combined with his recommendation on the use of exercise for patients in the management of disease. His works prevailed until the 16th century.
Damn,
Galen. Yeah, seriously. So he believed that training would cause thinning of the body, harden and strengthening muscles. He put increased flesh, and they think it's more like mass.
Yeah, I was about to say it's probably like building like muscle mass. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know, right? Why did he say it like that? Why?
Flesh.
It's one of those words that just, please don't say it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that word.
Yeah, I'm not either. And it would elevate blood volume while achieving good condition of the wrestler or heroes like Hercules and Achilles in Homer's epics. Mm-hmm. So he was going for hero looks.
Yeah. Well, Hercules was definitely, like, he loved wrestling.
Yeah.
He wrestled naked in almost every single encounter he had.
Sweaty naked Hercules. That's... Damn it, it's ruining the cartoon for me, because now all I'm thinking about is, like, ball sweat. And poor Pegasus. Honestly.
So from what I gather is that he was not always naked. It was just when he wrestled.
Can you imagine going to fight someone and they take off all their clothes?
And it's Hercules.
Ew. Okay. So Galen prescribed exercise for weakened patients and for those affected with disorders or diseases associated with arthritis, depression, dropsy, epilepsy, gout, tuberculosis, tuberculosis, and vertigo. I'm fine. Everything's fine. So, in around 1420, the Renaissance era humanist. Why did I make it sound fancier?
Humanist. We're going to have a lot for the blooper reel.
Fuck. Okay. So, the Renaissance era humanist, Vittorino da Feltre, opened a school in Italy that had an emphasis on physical education, and this had not been done during the Dark Ages. So we're kind of taking a little bit of a turn here. And in 1553, Cristobal Mendez wrote a book detailing the benefits of physical education. I will try to say the title. It's in Spanish. So we're looking at El Libro del Ejercicio Corporal y sus Provechos.
Good attempt.
I might cut that. So, that was in 1553. We're looking at the modern day, what we're seeing as what we consider modern day exercising starting in about the 1700s. And now, just for a little fun fact, physical education is about $100 billion industry now.
That honestly doesn't surprise me. Have you seen all the ads for like Peloton and what was...
Yeah.
I was trying to think of Botex, but my brain kept saying Bojangles.
Do you mean Bowflex?
That's it.
So good. She's the sober one, guys.
I am. I'm just dumb.
There's no helping us. Okay. So, in around 1700 to 1850 is when gymnastics were developed and really honed in Europe. There were new developments in the gymnastics world. So, January 1st in 1774, Johann Friedrich Simon was the first modern physical educator and teacher in Germany. And he taught fencing, horseback riding, dancing, and different types of ball games. Where was this PE teacher when we were in high school? I would go if it was fencing and horseback riding.
Yeah, that sounds great.
It sounds wonderful. Probably bougie as shit, though. So, in 1796, they developed the Gymnasticon, which honestly sounds like a transformer. But it was the first fitness machine. And I want you to go back to the skit. I forgot that I do have pictures.
I already have the pictures pulled up.
Cool. The first two I'm going to describe, we've got Susruta and Hippocrates, and I don't know if you're noticing any similarities between the two, but they both look very angry at life.
They both look angry, and they both have beards.
Yeah, maybe they were doing some big things in the exercise world, but they weren't happy about it. Absolutely not. They were tired. They need a nap. Okay, so if you go down one to the left, we've got the Gymnasticon. And honestly, it's a little weird, but it's not too far off from some of the machines that I use at the Y.
The Botex?
Yes, the Botex.
No, that it does look like a precursor for a lot of like the resistance machines at a gym.
Yeah. The mutton chops are just an added bonus, honestly.
Oh, I thought that was a lady with like her coiffed hair. I didn't realize that was a man.
No, that's a man with facial
mutton
hair.
chops.
I love the mutton chops. I should show up to the gym at 5:30 looking like this one day. Mutton chops excluded, of course.
Just wear like the tights and the shoes.
The shoes. The whole suit.
The overcoat, yeah.
Yeah. And just be like, I'm here for the gymnasticon. Do you have one, please?
You need to have that look on your face, too. That kind of, like, that coy, smug look.
Yes, with my cup of coffee.
A hot cup of coffee.
Hot cup of coffee. So, in 1800, a German teacher, Gutsmuths, developed the basic principles of gymnastics and published the first gymnastics textbook. In 1810, Frederick Jahn further developed gymnastics through the invention of the pommel horse, horizontal, and parallel bars. 1810, the bars were invented. So his physical culture, festivals, promoted gymnastics as well as other forms of exercises. So I did find a couple of pictures on this, and it was like big depictions of big groups of people like doing shit.
Okay.
Which is cool. In 1810. In 1813, we've got the Swedish teacher Per Henrik Ling, and he found the Royal Central Gymnastics Institute and developed the Swedish form of gymnastics. In 1814, we've got Denmark's Education Bill, which was a bill that established the first mandatory physical education. So PE in schools goes back all the way to 1814 in Denmark. Yeah. And they became the first European state to introduce physical training in schools. And they used gymnastics to teach the teachers on how to teach the students.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't very formal. And in 1823, fitness becomes more of a focus in the United States. They're like, we need to really get on board with this. And Catherine Beecher advocates for awareness of fitness and establishes the Hartford Female Seminary, and that includes women's fitness as well. So women's fitness goes back just as long as men's fitness. Honestly, back to the Spartan ages, the women were trained with the men as well. And in 1824, Charles Beck established the first gymnasium in the United States, and the influence spread in American society in 1824. So in 1885, the formation of the Association for the Advancement of Physical Education was created. That was William G. Anderson. He was concerned about his own lack of training and preparation to be a physical trainer. So in 1885, he held a meeting for people who were interested in the profession, and they formed the association to help train the trainers, basically. In 1899, Bernard McFadden founded the Physical Culture magazine, which promoted and popularized fitness as a form of healthy living. No shit. This goes back way further than I thought it did. Yeah. I really thought it was like mid-1900s is when we were like, oh, we're getting fat. We need to like work out or something. But no, way further than that. No. So that's crazy. Right? A French professor, Edmond Desbonnet, I'm saying it like that because it's French.
Sure. Sounds right to me.
My country accent wants to say Edmond Desbonnet.
I don't think that's right.
It's Bonnet. Begins publishing books on fitness, and he was able to make exercise fashionable. And that opens up so many avenues, but he opened up several fitness centers in 1901. So on November 2nd, 1910, was the formation of the National Collegiate Athletic Association, also known as the NCAA. And that was created as an outcome of the Intercollegiate Athletic Association of the United States. So basically, the presidents of 5 major institutions like the Army, Navy, Harvard, Princeton, and Yale gathered and decided to make athletics safer. And in response to that, they created the NCAA.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool.
Now, I need you to go to 1936. The Ain't No Damn Way My Knees Hurt Looking at This video, and we're going to watch it together.
So, it's a bunch of guys doing jumping jacks.
And these are like schoolboys in London. They had or England. They had an app. They had an act.
Why are these guys just watching them?
Because they're like advocating for fitness, so they're doing like a production to show what they can do, basically.
Okay.
Look at this.
So now they're doing like backwards.
Yeah,
rolls,
look at the boy on the balance beam. My knees could
doing
never.
Lunges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My knees could never.
Oof. Front flips. I forgot what that's called. Jumping. Shit. Jumping through a hoop.
Yes!
Pommel horse. I think that's what I was thinking of. They're jumping over a pommel horse.
Oh, and then he's got a speech. Could you imagine? This was at like their school class. Could you imagine having to do all that in like the 8th grade?
I mean, there's a reason all those like adolescent boys have abs.
I could never. I could never.
Oh my goodness.
No, I can hear my knees crunch in that video.
Oh, I was about to say, like, my knees, like, I can't do lunges as it is. No. Like, especially the double leg lunge that it was like a squat, but like with your legs close together. And like your knees close together.
They were on a balance beam doing that.
Yeah, my knees could never. No. Maybe if I was a prepubescent boy I could, but not as this hefty 30-year-old lady.
My neck hurts
with knee problems.
My neck hurts when I sleep on my pillow wrong. And it's a memory foam pillow. It's a nice pillow. I could never. Oh my gosh. I gotta readjust. Speaking of bad bodies. Okay. So in the 50s in the United States, by this time, over 400 United States colleges and universities offered PE, and there was increasing recognition of the scientific foundation of PE. And by PE, we do mean physical education. So, yes. July 16th of 1956, the President's Council on Youth Fitness and Sports. This is a program that advises the President of the United States through the Secretary of Health and Human Services about physical activity, fitness, and sports, and recommends programs to promote regular physical activity for the health of all Americans. And it was established by President Dwight D. Eisenhower. And then in the 60s and 70s, Mr. Universe and Mr. Olympia contests were popularized, and by popular bodybuilders such as Arnold Schwarzenegger, which caused many to start flocking to the gym so they could get these results as well. So we're starting to see an uptick of strongman bodybuilding type images. And then on November 8th of 1972, a Civil Rights Act, Title IX, was introduced, and this was for women's rights in the sports scene. So, quote, no person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance.
Yep, I have to have training for that every year.
Really?
Because I work in a school.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then on November 16th, 2011, the Spark program started, and that strives to improve the health and fitness of children, adolescents, and adults by disseminating evidence-based physical education, after-school, early childhood, and coordinated health programs to teachers and recreation. So, that's what we have kind of for the timeline of how things developed. But what was the most popular workouts by century? And I bet some of these you can guess. Okay, do you know what the 40s was? We're starting at the 40s. Everything before that was kind of the same.
Are you asking, like, do I know what the 40s is as an era? Or?
Yeah, like as an era. In the 40s, what was the most popular, like, workouts?
Oh, let's see. I'm trying to think back to, like, I'm sure it was a lot of, like, calisthenics, like sit-ups, push-ups.
Basically, stretching is what they called it. Other things, like jumping jacks, toe stretches, stuff like that. The 50s. This one I had no idea.
Oh gosh. Swimming? I don't know.
Hula hoop. So, obviously it started out as a toy, but they realized that they could, like, put weights in them, and it's a hell of a workout, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, you are engaging your core the entire time and, like, like moving your core around. So I can definitely see that being like an ab workout. And you usually have your arms out, and so that's like another thing.
Abs of steel.
I can't hula hoop anymore.
I can't either.
I used to be able to hula hoop.
Oh my god, I could hula hoop for hours. I tried a friend's son's hula hoop a couple months ago, and I was like, I've lost my ability. What happened to me? I just forgot how to move my body. I don't know. It is not like riding a bike. You can forget.
No.
Okay, 1960s.
Jogging. I don't know.
The vibrating belt.
Oh, is that the one where like you just stand on it, it just jiggles you?
Yeah, so it did originate in the 1900s, but it did make a comeback in the 60s, and it got very popular. So, at the time, massages were believed to cure fatigue, remove toxins, increase muscle tone, and improve circulation, which those aren't honestly too far off to what massages do, but they thought that if you took the strap and wrapped it around your back and your ass and just vibrated the holy shit out of you, that it would mimic a massage and make you lose weight. And that's not how that works.
No, not at all.
No.
Because I remember seeing like cartoons and like old videos of those belts, and I always thought, like, do they even work? Obviously not, because they're not around anymore, but
you'd be surprised.
Really?
We'll get into it. All right, so the 70s, what do you think it was?
Cocaine.
I mean, in the weight loss department, probably. The Go Fast department, absolutely. But we're jazzercise.
Oh, jazzercise.
So jazzercise is a mix of jazz dance, ballet, Pilates, yoga, and kickboxing. And it got really popular in the 70s. And then in the 80s, what do you think it was?
All I can think of are those home videos of like doing like at home calisthenics.
You're right. It's the aerobics. We're talking Jane.
Oh, aerobics.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Jane Fonda and Richard Simmons. You were spot on. So it's a spin-off of Jazzercise. But it became really popular when Jane Fonda came out with her book and then the aerobics workout tapes. So you could do it at home. And all I'm thinking is like, the little bodysuits that cover less than the bikinis that I wear. Well, I mean, I used to wear. And leg warmers, that's all I'm thinking about. Okay, in the 90s, what do you think it was?
I'm sure aerobics were still really big, but I feel like, was it like Pilates or something that got huge?
Tae Bo.
Oh, I had Tae Bo tapes growing up.
So Billy Banks was a karate master who invented Tae Bo. And it's a high-intensity cardio workout that combines martial art, boxing, dancing, and hip-hop beats. And at its height, over 500 million videos were sold. And we're talking the 90s, you had to physically buy the videotape. So that is a shit ton.
I think we had like 6 of them. My mom loved Tae Bo. Like, my mom, she was really into Tae Bo.
I can see your mom being into Tae Bo. Okay, so 19, and also in the 90s. So it was Tae Bo and one other thing. So what was the other thing? Do you know?
Stairmasters.
Spin classes.
What is a spin class? Is it like when you cycle?
Yeah, it's cycling.
Like bicycling?
So Johnny Goldberg was a cyclist and professional trainer from South Africa who moved to the United States. And apparently one night he was riding his bike and almost got hit by a car. And he was like, shit, this is dangerous. I want to do this inside. And so soul cycling was born.
So did he just like invent the stationary bike?
I don't know who invented the stationary bike, but he started the classes in the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, it's a hell of a workout, I'm not going to lie. So the 2000s.
Oh gosh. I was actually alive during this time. I feel like everyone was jogging in the 2000s.
Kind of.
I don't know.
Zumba.
Zumba. Yeah.
So built on the...
I like Zumba.
I love Zumba too. It's basically like aerobics and jazzercise, but like Latin. Like, make it Latin. And so it mixes salsa, tango, flamenco dances, all the Latin... And it's to pop music, but honestly, I do Zumbas on Thursdays. And Christina, our instructor, be killing it. I don't know how she's doing that shit with her feet. I don't know how she makes it look good. But she does, and she's killing it. And I'm over here looking like a cat that got hit by a car, but like I'm having fun.
Just going
trying to drink my hot coffee between songs.
Stop it. You monster.
It's 5 a.m. I need it. Okay. So the 2010s, everyone was talking about it.
Was it yoga?
No. It was a more physical workout that everyone was like, I do this.
CrossFit.
Yes, CrossFit. Listen, you knew someone was doing CrossFit in the early 2010s because they told you the moment they walked up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Why? It was unnecessary. But CrossFit is a mixture of gymnastics, weightlifting, pull-ups, and calisthenics.
Yes.
Why can I not say the word? So the first CrossFit gym originated in Santa Cruz, California, and there are actually athletic competitions now across the country.
Oh, well, how about that?
So, the 2020s. I know we're just 4 years in now. But what is popular right now?
I feel like hot yoga is really popular.
Hot yoga is very popular. That's not it, but you're not wrong. It's HIIT, so high intensity interval training.
Oh, okay.
And it can kiss my ass. Honestly,
it sucks.
Truly, ha! But thanks to COVID, It's become super popular because it's easy to do at home. You can just look up videos online and it's for free. You don't need any equipment or very little equipment to do it. And
you don't need a gym membership, which...
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just go to the gym because of the peer pressure, because I need the peer pressure, and I actually made a friend, so now, like, I have someone to tell me to get up. Yeah. I literally saw a book sticker on her water bottle, and I was like a toddler trying to make a friend. I was like, "Do you read?" And she was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Yeah, but I read, like, the books with the dragons," and I don't think I've ever been more excited in my life. I went, "I do too!" And we've been friends ever since.
I literally got asked by one of my colleagues yesterday. She's like, "Do you like fantasy books about dragons?" And I was like, "I do." And she's like, "You have to read this book." And I was like, she's like, "I'm listening to it again and I love it." And I'm like, "Okay."
Which book was it?
It's one of the of a blank of blank of blank. One of those books. I don't know. There's so many.
Of Blood and Ash?
No.
Damn.
It's another one.
Jesus, I need to know,
like,
Morgan.
It's like a song of thrones and thorns or something. I don't know. There's so many of those books right now. I can't keep them all straight.
I need you to do some reconnaissance. I just finished a book.
Okay, I'll text her and I'll let you know.
Okay, thanks. Okay. So, you ready to get into some weird fitness inventions and or biggest flops?
Sure.
Okay, number 1, the vibrating belt. We've already talked about how that doesn't do shit.
Yep.
Okay. Thigh Master. Do you remember the Thigh Master from the 80s?
So, I remember the name. I don't... Okay. Was it like, you know those, like, hip abductor and adductor machines at gyms where you, like, squeeze in the paddles?
Yes.
Was it like that?
Kind of, but, like, at home, it looks like a bent paper clip, and you squeezed your thighs together on it. And the commercial, I watched so many commercials today. It said, squeeze your way to shapely thighs.
Squeeze your way to shapely thighs.
And the lady was like, people ask me if I was born with these kind of legs, and she was like, I wasn't, but I look like I was. What the fuck is going on?
That's so funny.
All right, you're gonna know this one. The shake weight came out in 2009. So we're talking about, if y'all don't know what a shake weight is, please Google it. For you're welcome. But spring-loaded 2.5-pound dumbbell that you hold with 2 hands, and it shakes up and down.
It shakes in your hand. You have to hold it still
towards your face, and it looks so inappropriate that SNL, The Daily Show, and South Park spoofed it on their shows. That
doesn't surprise me at all.
But 2 million units were sold in the first year. And they've more than doubled since.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Some people think the sales were like gag gift sales. And they still make them. You can still buy them. But even better, have you heard of the free flexor?
No.
Okay, go back to the skit and click on the link that says this is inappropriate.
Okay.
And I just please narrate while you...
Okay. Oh, goodness. This is not an ordinary workout. It's showing a lot of men in, like, dark lighting. What is that? What is that? So there's a bunch of, like, very ripped men holding a flexible dumbbell.
They're doing the helicopter with it.
Oh my god, this is hilarious. So, okay, I'm going to pause it really quick just so I can, because I can't hear and talk at the same time. So it is a dumbbell, quote unquote dumbbell. It has a handle that you hold, and it has like two slinkies on either end, and they kind of wobble back and forth. And I guess they're weighted, but this commercial is so funny because the ad is so serious. Like, it is a bunch of men with like a warm light on them in a completely dark room, so it's like very harsh shadows, and they're absolutely ripped, and they are just like sternly holding this free flexor while it wobbles in their hand, and they're like, I'm a man and I'm holding this free flexor, and then there's a very serious narrator going, for the ultimate workout, it is free flexor, the first flexible dumbbell. Like, it's so like manly and epic, and it's very funny.
Also, so inappropriate looking. The first time that first one popped up, I was like, what? Please tell me that's not his dick. What is happening?
Well, what was bad about that is he was holding it like at his hip level, like in front of his pelvis, and it was this wobbly thing like going in a circle, and it does look like like, what is happening here?
Oh my god. Oh, it's so better. It's 2 minutes of this. It's just
I got how far did I get? I got 45 seconds in, and I think I've probably seen the whole commercial.
You've seen the whole commercial, you have. You can pause it now. Oh, I saw that. I cried. I was alone in my kitchen, and I cried looking at this.
So I'm like scrolling through like what it says, and it's like 300 times per minute. Wow. Unlimited torque. Unlimited tension. See, this is very homoerotic. Like, I'm just saying. Like, all these very buff shirtless men with like unlimited tension. Like, it's with
this will be a workout you won't forget, is what they said.
Oh, and there's like they have like beefy guys in a field.
Yeah,
on, I gotta watch these beefy guys in a field.
Go to the beefy guys in the field. Go to them. They're just like, yeah,
it's burning my whole arm. Oh my god. He said, this is a different kind of exercise. I've never felt anything like that.
I know everything they say is just
and he's like, he's got his right hand on the handle, his left hand is on top of like the top wobble, and then the bottom wobble is just going in a circle, and he's like, oh yeah, I've never felt anything like that before. Oh my god.
Light your forearms on fire, Morgan.
Just go deep.
Oh, I threw it.
A man said that to another man. There's a man, another beefy man that's holding it, and he's, instead of swinging, like holding it vertical, he's holding it horizontal, and is like swinging one side, and the other man is like, yeah, hold on to it. Really, go deep. Grip it.
They knew their target audience. Come on. You can't
this
tell
is
me
so... Listen, I am an ally of the LGBTQ community. This is one of the gayest commercials I've ever seen. I'm sorry. Like,
I love it so
he's
much.
literally telling another man to go deep with it. Like,
they knew. They had to have known. You can't tell me they didn't.
Oh my gosh. Really feel it. Oh, go deep with it. Really feel it. I can't. I feel it. It's really burning. Where are they finding all these super, like, beefy, muscular men that just so happen to be wearing shirts that show off how muscular and beefy they are? Like, this guy's wearing a tank top. The other two guys are wearing, like, the tightest t-shirts I've ever seen in my life.
Obviously, they found him in a field. That's where they're
literally in a field. There's a pond behind this guy. They're just in a field.
I can't
They have a DVD that comes with it, so you can get ideas for how to work out with the free flexor. Let's see, all in revolutionary product. Go all in. Like, come on now. Going all in. Build your biceps and triceps. Sculpt your chest and shoulders. Light your forearms on fire. There's another man in front of a lake. Why?
I don't
There's just a man in front of a lake, like, very seriously holding it, just, like, angrily, like, wearing, like, jeans and a long sleeve shirt. I can't.
They either knew their target audience and just made it subtle enough, or they had no idea. And I like to think that they had no idea and just...
I'm reading, like, the description. Free Flexor is a revolutionary fitness product that introduces the patent-pending circular strength technology to athletes and beyond. Work every angle of the muscle.
Free Flexor is the world's first flexing dumbbell.
Yeah, they have a whole YouTube channel.
There's only 81 subscribers.
Oh. Oh boy. Well, thank you for showing me that ad video. That was I have tears in my eyes. That was very funny.
You're welcome. Okay, I gotta fix my face now. It hurts. Okay. Alright, the next product. The ab rocket, which I do have a picture of because I couldn't explain it without visualizing it. It like, imagine a folding chair with...
I remember seeing commercials for this.
Yeah, so they offered a workout plus a massage, and you just do sit-ups on it, and apparently it just didn't do a lot.
I mean, like, I feel like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to remember the ads because they're from so long ago, but, like, really, and maybe there's ways to, like, customize it, but it seems like the only way you would really get, like, the ab workout was from, like, pushing down.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if I need a massage to get a back massage of just rollers, like, going up and down my back while I'm doing sit-ups.
Also, those rollers aren't going to go very far. And I think I'd just rather have a massage.
I think I would just rather do sit-ups.
Yeah. I don't think we need to, let's not do both. You're doing too much.
Yeah.
So, the next is the power plate, which, imagine the vibrating belt, but without the belt. It's just a platform that vibrates, and apparently you're supposed to do workouts on it. You can still buy these. Why?
How do they even do anything?
So you're telling me that now I have to do a crunch, but now I'm shaking? Absolutely not. I have a hard enough time as it is.
Just jiggle all over the place.
Yeah, just and then we've got the Nordic Track skier machine. I have a picture of that too, because how the fuck do I explain that? It's supposed to be like cross-country skiing.
Yeah. It's like an elliptical and a rowing machine. I feel like that would be so hard to do. Like, I can't do both at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's supposed to be like I watched another tutorial on how to use it. And it's supposed to be like cross-country skiing, how you're like walking on the skis.
Yeah.
I would fall flat on my ass. I'm not going to lie. I am not coordinated. I can ski. But I haven't quite done the cross-country skiing. And the way he was explaining it, I was just more confused than anything.
I mean, it looks like a confusing machine. Like, I don't know. And maybe there's like resistance on the feet, but like there's like a pad or something that holds your pelvis like in place, I guess, while you like can lean forward and like step on the I don't know, platform on the bottom. But it just looks really hard to use, honestly. And again, confusing. Like I don't know how I'd be able to do both at the same time.
Fun fact, they still make those as well. Literally, that one, they still make them. Now, Nordic Track has great, like, ellipticals and treadmills and stuff like that. But if you want to buy one, you can buy a skier machine. You remember these? Toning shoes. They were the shoes that have, like, the curved bottoms that were supposed to, like...
Oh.
Yeah, they don't do shit.
They actually hurt you. They actually fuck up your spine and your hips.
Yeah.
And your knees, apparently.
Yeah, I had a pair. Maybe that's what happened.
Could be. You should do a lawsuit against that brand.
I should.
I'm just kidding.
Let's not do that. So in the 70s, I say 70s, they were also popular in the 80s and 90s. Sauna suits. Do you remember sauna suits?
I assume it's like a big, like, balloon type suit that you put over yourself that you have a sauna in.
Worse. It's just, you look like a space suit. And they're, like, rubbery, and they make you sweat.
Oh.
But...
yeah, that sounds awful.
Yeah, but also, they're dangerous as shit.
Yeah, it sounds like you could overheat super easily.
Oh, people died! Yes!
Oh, that's awful!
Yes! But they were really popular between the, like, 70s and 90s. The next, do you remember Power Balance bracelets? I do.
I think I do. They were like... were they the rubber ones that had, like, the metal foil thing on, like, the end?
Kind of,
and they were
they had different brands, but Power Balance was a big brand. But they're supposed to improve balance, strength, and flexibility through special hologram frequencies. Yeah.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, it's a placebo effect. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And they were sued for fraud in 2011.
Doesn't surprise me. You're not gonna change your balance through holograms. Like, it's just... I'm sorry.
And apparently it was supposed to, like... I'm not going to get this right, but basically they were like, it goes with the energy of your body and puts in positive energy. I'm sorry, the bracelet gives off vibes? Like, what is happening?
That sounds like what's happening.
And what's the crazy thing is that you can see the placebo effect work instantly, because they would put these bracelets on people and then record before and after on their balance, and, like, they would be better. But we all know the bracelet's not doing shit, right?
Yeah. It's not.
Yeah. So moving on to the 8-minute abs. Very popular in 1995. They were workout videos, and apparently 8-minute daily workouts. Honestly, I could see this probably working if you stuck to it. Because they were a lot of, like, crunches and ab workouts and strength training. And, you know, if you do it right, you shouldn't need more than, like, 8 minutes. Maybe 15 or something like that. You don't need a lot.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you're, like, engaging your core and, like, working out those muscles. Consistently. Like,
it should work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may take longer if it's a shorter workout, but like you'll get those results.
Yeah.
Like working out is working out, you know?
Yeah. And the dumbest one of the dumbest. Obviously, the free flexor takes the cake. But
okay.
Dumbbell utensils. Forks and spoons. Weighted forks and spoons. And knives. Like, now this is way more than Nick saying he does his 12-ounce curls when he drinks a beer. Like, this is a legit. Legit, they look like little dumbbells with a fork at the end.
That's insane.
Just put a workout in your salad, apparently.
Oh my god.
I would just put the fork down and eat my damn cake with my hand.
Right. Like, what? It'll work out like your wrist and like maybe like your bicep as like you're bringing your fork to your... But like...
What are you going to do if you go out to eat? Bring your own damn fork.
You use like regular silverware and you just like punch yourself in the face.
It's like when you pick up a can of like beer or Coke or something and you think it has more in it and you end up throwing it.
Yeah, just I use way more strength than I needed to. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's the dumbest thing. Okay, last section. I feel like we need to throw an ode to the men and women who have gone above and beyond to become some of the strongest men and women ever.
Oh boy, yeah. Okay.
So first off, we're starting with we're gonna go women then men. So Josephine Blatt, known by her stage name as Minerva, was one of the strongest women in the 19th and early 20th century. She was awarded a championship weightlifting belt by Richard K. Fox, the editor of the National Police Gazette, in the late 1890s. Minerva was known to catch cannonballs, lift heavy barbell, and perform harness lifts. Her most impressive harness lift allegedly amounted to over 3,000 pounds.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck, Josephine?
Oh my god. How's that even possible?
I don't know. It was a harness lift, so I don't know what that exactly entails, but a 3,000 pound harness lift. And that has been stated in headlines in the news. So it is documented. So then we've got Abby, or Pudgy, Stockton in the 1930s. They had Pudgy in parentheses, which is rude.
Pudgy I hope it's something she called herself.
I hope
in
so.
Like a how way.
Okay.
And not a nickname they gave to a strong ass woman.
I mean, I feel like if they did anything she didn't want them to do, she could just throw them. She's beautiful. I just looked her up. She looks great. Not pudgy at all. But, so she was known for two things: hand balancing and exceptional weightlifting. She was known as Queen of Muscle Beach. And that's because she used to hold her 180-pound husband over her head with one hand on Venice Beach.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
Just let me take my husband and just yeet him over here.
Just what?
Yep.
That's amazing. And good for, like, I can imagine he was like, I love my strong wife.
Yeah. Well, apparently, if I'm looking at him, I don't know which one's her husband, but, like, he's all right, too.
Okay.
He's all right. They're a good-looking couple. Look at them. They could fight anybody. So, So she appeared in magazine covers, ran her own women's weightlifting column in Strength and Health during the 1940s, and helped organize some of the first women's weightlifting competitions in America. And she was widely considered by academics to be a trailblazer for strong women everywhere.
Awesome.
Yeah, so then we've got Ivy Russell, who was the unofficial strongest woman in Britain during the 1930s. She had a 193-pound clean and jerk and a 410.5-pound deadlift.
Oh my God.
She successfully petitioned the British Amateur Weightlifting Association to host women's contests as well. I'm sorry, a 410.5 deadlift? I don't know what a clean and jerk is. I'm going to Google it right now because it does come up a lot. Clean and jerk.
Okay.
Okay, so that's when they go like deadlift, but then put it over their head.
Okay.
So, yeah, okay. I'm sorry, 193 pounds in the 1930s over your head? Straight up.
That's crazy.
No. So, then in the 70s, we've got Jan Todd, and the first woman to total 1,200 pounds in a competition. So that's total, not all at one time, but all together.
But still, that's
1,200 pounds. She was the first woman to, in competition, pull 400 pounds in a deadlift and squat 500 pounds.
Holy shit!
Jan Todd looked like a beast, by the way. I did see a picture of her. Sports Illustrated labeled Todd as the strongest woman in the world in 1977. And the Denny Stones, a pair of 733-pound boulders that had been used in the strongman competition for decades. Todd, with the assistance of lifting straps, so I mean, all under her own weight, she just needed help, I guess, holding it, became the first woman to lift them successfully in 1979.
Holy shit.
Get it, Jan Todd. So,
do it. Get it.
Her and her husband founded the H.J. Lachter Start Center for Physical Culture and Sports. So apparently she became an educator at a college.
Okay.
And so this center holds exhibits about physical culture and maintains an enormous archive of physical fitness related content. We've got Bev Francis in 1980s. She's the first woman in history to bench over 300 pounds. She participated.
Damn.
Yeah. She participated and won 12 sanctioned meets between 1977 and 1985. I said participated and won. She won all she participated in. And in total, Francis won 6 International Powerlifting Federation World Championships from 1980 to 1985.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Get
Bev.
it, girl.
Karen Marshall won the inaugural women's division at the International Weightlifting Federation World Championships in 1987. And she was the first woman in history to officially clean and jerk over 300 pounds. Over your head. Good God.
Damn.
So, one more woman. Anita Florzik. Sorry if I said that wrong. She's the only woman to win the World's Strongest Woman contest 4 times. In 03, 05, 06, and 08. As a powerlifter, she deadlifted 485 pounds.
I literally got like a weird chill down my whole body.
6 repetitions.
What?
And 550 pounds for a single repetition.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
She set multiple Guinness Book World Records, resulting in various strength tests such as rolling up frying pans, lifting grown men with her bare hands, and other old school feats of strength.
I feel like I've seen some videos of her.
I'm Googling her now. Because I can.
I feel like I have. I feel like I've seen a video of a woman just like curling up a frying pan.
Oh my god, she's gorgeous. Look at her. Look at her, strong and shit. Damn. Gorgeous.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I'd be scared of her.
Oh yeah.
She's just lifting people up.
And it's so crazy because there's like pictures of her like, obviously there's pictures of her like after she's recently like bulked up, and pictures of her like probably in more of a maintenance stage, but damn. Like, and she looks so sweet.
Yeah.
It's so kind, and she could just throw you over her head with no issues. Like, she'd just be like, bye.
See you later.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so the men. I don't even know how to start with this. Zydrunas Savickas. He was a powerlifter strongman. In 2005, he broke 3 world records en route to victory in the IFSA Strongman World Championship. In 2014, he set a new world record with a 500-pound log lift to complement his other impressive totals. Raw squat of 880 pounds, 900-pound deadlift, and a 629-pound bench.
Oh my god.
He won the strongman competition 2009, 2010, 12, and 14. 900-pound deadlift.
Oh my god. I'm like the calculus meme right now. I'm like
I'm complaining about my 60-pound son. We've got Mark Henry. He was a weightlifter, powerlifter, strongman wrestler. He was the only man to ever hold both the U.S. weightlifting and powerlifting super heavyweight championship titles at the same time.
Wow.
Yep. Bill Kazmaier, powerlifter, strongman, winner of the 1980, 81, and 82 World Strongman contests. He was then barred from competing in 1983 by the event's organizers because they thought as long as he competed, he was going to win. So they just wouldn't let him compete anymore.
Oh, well, that's sad. Rude. Like, he obviously deserves it. He's been working so hard.
So he was the first man to lift all 5 Maglashan stones, which weighed 90 and 100 kilograms, so about 200 to 350 pounds.
He held 5 of them?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's 1,000 pounds.
His 661-pound bench press stood as a world record for years.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yep. He had a 2,425-pound total set in 1981, which is still the record for raw powerlifting today.
Oh my god.
2,425 pounds set. Ha! So, Paul Anderson, weightlifter, powerlifter, showman, he was said to have squatted 1,200 pounds. And Morgan's dying. Anderson won an Olympic gold medal for the U.S. in weightlifting in Melbourne, Australia in 1956.
1956?
Yeah! He squatted 1,200 pounds in the 50s.
Oh my fucking god!
So, we got Louis, or Lewis, however you want to pronounce it, Uni. He's a strong man. He lived from...
Whose name could be Louis Uni. I'm sorry.
He lived in 1862 to 1928. He was known as Apollon the Mighty. But he was known for his great grip strength and large hands, which rendered him capable of lifting bars others couldn't even fit their hands around. Damn. And he was considered one of the first strength athletes, being extremely fit, agile man, and he took on all wrestling challenges. So he was just a big name back in the day. And then last but not least, Leonid Taranenko. He has the world record in weightlifting for clean and jerk. 586 pounds.
What?
Total.
He lifted 586 pounds over his head.
Yeah, in 1988, and it still stands.
What? What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, 266 kilograms or 586 pounds. Still stands.
Oh my god. Oh my... Ha!
Yeah!
That's insane.
Yeah, oof. I can't even. I don't...
Damn.
All right, wait, that's like 3 of me.
Yeah. Oh, that's like almost 3 of me.
I was estimating, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. Over your head.
That's, oh my god. Wow.
Yeah. Who'd have thought working out would be so interesting?
Yeah. Thank you, Emily. This was a very interesting... I never thought I would want to learn about the history of exercise and working out, but you have made it an interesting journey.
It was me being angry at myself for being at the gym at 5 a.m., and then it turned out that it is actually kind of a cool topic.
Yeah, it is very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should probably let these, as my dad would say when he's ready for people to leave his house, it's time for me to go to bed and let these good people go home. And then he gets up and he leaves. So, in his own home, he's gone. He goes to bed. So, you want to do the socials? Let's do the socials.
Yeah, let's do the socials.
Cool. Find us on Facebook, page and group.
At Ill-Equipped History Podcast.
Yeah. Find us on Instagram.
At Ill-Equipped History.
TikTok.
At Ill-Equipped History.
Patreon.
Patreon.com/Ill-Equipped-History.
Gmail.
Ill-equippedhistory@gmail.com.
I think we remembered them all this time.
Yay! I'm so proud of us.
Go us. So, exiting thoughts. If you're losing weight to please other people, don't do that. Only do it for yourself. And, yeah, maybe if you want to, start lifting people. Might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? If you don't have any dumbbells or barbells, use like other human beings, children, pets, household objects. It's fine.
Or the free flexor. Only $40. You get good practice in too for, you know what I mean.
Get it deep.
I can feel it, man.
Oh my gosh. Y'all go watch that ad. It is hysterical.
Y'all
will know exactly what we're talking about.
I am putting the link in the show notes. Please go down. Watch the link because you're welcome.
Thank you.
That's why. You're welcome for that.